Well, hi everybody. So as you guys know, if you follow our trips, you guys know that we are all about cheap airfare. So we fly and dance with Spirit and Frontier. Mostly Spirit, but we have flown Frontier a few times. So we are gonna tell you how we take advantage of it and how you can take advantage of it, and hopefully you won't come out with a bad taste like a lot of people on Twitter seem to have.
Yeah, I don't know why they get such a bad rap. I guess a rap. Oh, yo, welcome to Orlando, where the players play and they ride on the things like everything. Okay, where they get a bad rep, not rap, because we've only had positive experiences with them before. But it's likely because people don't read the fine print before they book with Spirit Airlines or Frontier. And
basically the way that they are set up and the way that they are so cheap is they only charge you every step of the way that you cost them money. Brittany's gonna go over some of the ways that you can make sure that you are minimizing the amount of charges you give to them and keep your airfares nice and low and cheap.
Okay, so whenever you book, the best time to do this during the day would be what?
Really the ends of the day. So either first thing in the morning or late at night. That's where you're gonna find your cheap air. Or if possible, fly in the middle of the week, like Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Sometimes you can fly for less than 20 bucks on a Wednesday.
The best thing about budget airlines is, for us, we don't need a lot of luggage. So we fit everything into a small personal bag with like Ziploc space-saving bags, and it works out really well because we can just suck all the air out of it and cram everything into this one, like, I can't remember the exact measurements. You'd have to go and look on it on their website. But if you know that you're gonna need more space than just that, go ahead and book your bag while you are booking your flight, because that's the cheapest that it's ever gonna be. If you book it when you get to the airport, it'll be an upcharge. And if you don't book it until you get to the gate, like if you show up with a carry-on with wheels, they're not gonna let you on without charging you $100 for that bag. And that's one thing I know that they have a ton of bad rep for. Now, another way that you can save it is by doing what for check-in?
If you either online check-in or use the little kiosk at the airport, they've got the little like touchscreen kiosk. If you use those instead of going to the counter and talking with somebody, that will save you some time as well. And of course save you the charge of having to go speak with a gate agent.
And gate agents, I think if you choose to check in with a gate agent, it's like $10 extra. Another great way to save money on these flights is to don't book an assigned seat if you're willing to be separated. And we have, in recent times, not booked assigned seats at all and have always been seated together as long as we get on exactly 24 hours before our flight to check in. When the check-in window opens, we've always been seated together, because they will charge you to pick an assigned seat depending on where you prefer to sit. $10 for like the back of the plane. It goes all the way up to like 45 and 50 bucks to sit up at the front. And it's always been decent. We haven't been in the very far back, but it saves us 40 bucks round trip because we choose not to book the seats. And
we'll throw in the caveat here that we're flying from Atlanta to Orlando, so the flight's only a little over an hour. So it's not that bad for us. But again, consider the cost, and if it's worth it, $15 or so a ticket for you and your party to stay together, then even then it might still be cheaper than flying some of the
And for example, we flew Spirit out to California, to LAX last year, and we booked the big front seats for an extra $200 round trip. But because we spent so long on the airplane, it was totally worth it to us. And speaking of that trip, this is something that we don't really commonly do just because the flight from Orlando and Atlanta is just so short. But Spirit doesn't give you free drinks or free food just because it's one more way that you're using their agents, so it's gonna cost you money. So we always just bring our own stuff. We'll buy something whenever we get through security, or buy like one of those water bottles that has the filter in it, or refill it out of water bottle station.
It's really good going out to California. Brittany just packed some Chex Mix and some other snacks in a gallon-sized bag, and we just went and got a couple of Cokes at the kiosk on the way.
Yeah, and then I had this big like 32-ounce Camelback water bottle, and we just split that throughout the whole flight out there. And of course, Spirit isn't gonna have airplane or like the TVs or anything, so bring your own entertainment. Like, brought my MacBook and had it fully charged, and we watched 2 movies on the way out to California.
We watched The Princess and the Frog and Zootopia,
that's right. And then we watched The Force Awakens on the way back.
And we brought Big Hero 6, but we didn't watch it.
Yeah, so just bring your own entertainment, and it's really not that bad. So like the seats, other things to expect on Spirit, like the seats don't recline backwards. the table trays are gonna be really small in comparison to like a Delta or a Southwest flight, just because more stuff costs more money. But if you're like us and you like to save money, it's a great way to go.
And it's great for us because we have used it. We talked about the times of days to fly. You guys know we've done a lot of whirlwind weekends down there. We've only been down there a day or two. Pretty much every time we do that, we've flown Spirit down and back because we can get cheap airfare on the 10 or 11 p.m. flight out of Atlanta Friday night, and then cheap airfare at the 9 p.m. flight out of Orlando on Sunday night. So it's a great way to save some money and
to really maximize our trips, at least. Of course, Spirit doesn't fly to in or out of all airports, same with Frontier, but if you have the ability to use them, we really love them. I mean, we have had one hiccup where in April, Brian was trying to fly down to meet me at Disney World in Orlando, and his flight ended up getting canceled because of a mechanical issue. But I mean, that could happen on any airline, or because of weather or whatever. It's just, you know, it's part of the, what am I trying to say?
Part of the risks
that you
flying.
take, yeah, whenever you fly. So anyway, we highly recommend it. At least give it a try. You can't, my biggest pet peeve is when people knock on them and they haven't even tried it, or when they knock on them because they didn't do their homework about it.
So again, recap, if you want to fly Spirit, first read the fine print ahead of time. Know how many bags you're gonna need if you're gonna check them. If you can do it all carry-on, that'll keep your prices low.
Actually, carry-on bags are more expensive than checked bags, because carry-on bags take time away from the gate agents, because it takes time to put it all into the overhead bins. So if you can put it all just in your personal bag, that's a huge plus saver, but carry-on bags will cost more, so check your bag if you're gonna need an extra bag.
And since we've been talking about all the advantages, it's only fair we talk about some of the disadvantages. Now, one of the disadvantages is, if I'm not mistaken, they don't do the check-in at the Disney resorts.
No, they don't do the online. Yeah, you're correct. I mean, not online, for on-site check-in for the airport. But there are only a few airlines that do that.
So if that is important to you, then perhaps Spirit is not the airline for you.
Or Frontier. Neither one of them are included. Other disadvantages are that you don't get the snacks, you don't get the space. You know, it's a little bit more cramped, not quite as comfortable as a Delta or a Southwest flight, but yeah, we make it work for us.
For us, when it's only an hour and 15 minutes from takeoff to landing,
I can do anything for an hour and 15 minutes.
It's worth it to save $100 or more.
I did a marathon. I can sit for an hour and 15 minutes and I'm comfortable. I'll be good.
Feel free to let us know if you have any questions, because we love flying Spirit and Frontier, and we're happy to let you know how you can save some money, hopefully.
Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget it a big
thumbs up, and don't forget it a subscribe.
Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and that little bell down there so you get notifications whenever we post a video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.